Hello to anyone out there who may be watching this, whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. Thank you for taking the time to click on the video. So I teased this at the end of my last video, but I want to dive deeper into Digimon Tamers here. Now, you may be tempted to stop watching right now if you know nothing about Digimon at all, have never seen Digimon Tamers, but if that is the case, I promise that you can get value out of watching this because I'm going to try to sell you on why Digimon Tamers is so awesome and why it's overlooked by so many people. So, Digimon Tamers is the third season of Digimon, which originally came out in 2001 when I was 7 years old. My sister and I used to watch it every weekend, every Saturday morning, and we both loved it. And for Christmas in 2013, she gave me this DVD set of Digimon as a gift. And I can safely say that this is one of the best Christmas gifts I've ever received because over winter break that year, it was right when I started college. For that winter break, in a matter of 10 days, I watched the whole thing from start to finish for the first time since 2001, and the nostalgia hit me so hard. And so on January 27th this year, I decided to rewatch it again, but this time around, I stretched it out over 10 weeks as opposed to sprinting through in 10 days, which allowed me to analyze the TV show a little bit more. Unlike my previous viewings, I felt very confident this time about choosing my favorite characters, my favorite moments, and which specific episodes I thought were the best. And some of my opinions have even changed substantially since my 2013 and 2001 viewings of the show. And another thing I did this time around was I kept track of all the really funny moments that genuinely made me laugh out loud, which is what I'm going to cover in the video I record right after this. And there will be a link for those videos in the description below, so go to the description if you want to check those out. I believe my list has a total of 35 moments, which is pretty crazy and impressive considering that this is a show that's targeted mainly toward a children audience. And I know that this show has some dark story elements, but it's still mainly targeted towards kids. So to have 35 pretty laugh out loud moments is impressive to me. And I think that's what kind of separates Digimon Tamers from something like Pokemon. Now, don't get me wrong. It's hard for me to say that I like Digimon just as much or even more than Pokemon as an overall franchise because I loved the Pokemon trading card game and the Pokemon video games on Game Boy and DS, and I still go back to those even to this day. But I can't say the same about the Pokemon TV shows or even most of the movies. In high school, I went back and tried to rewatch those, and although I enjoyed them as a kid, it was hard to get through that stuff because the dialogue was just so cheesy and cringy a lot of the time. With Digimon Tamers, the dialogue is actually usually pretty clever and funny with an occasional cringy moment here and there. So these funny moments are a big reason why I like Digimon Tamers. The second reason I like it is because it tries to tackle very mature themes, especially for a children's show. What I mean by that is, for example, without spoiling anything, the story for one character in particular is a very beautifully told and accurate representation of depression, with the story of another character being kind of the representation of the effects of being a full-blown addict. In this case, a full-blown addict of power. So that's another reason why I love it. The third reason is for all the cool evolutions, attacks, and designs that are shown by the Digimon. There's a wide variety of those different things that you'll see throughout the season. And the fourth reason I like it is because of the nostalgia factor, which you do not have to enjoy this series. I can't say the same about another season I grew up watching, which was Digimon Frontier Season 4. I enjoy that season, but that's because of nostalgia. With Digimon Tamers, you don't have to have nostalgia, and you can still get a lot of value and really enjoy it. It's that damn good. And so for the next video, again, there's links in the description for it. I'm going to talk about the 35 moments that genuinely made me laugh out loud from this DVD set right here. This is the English version. It's not the original Japanese version, but I tend to kind of avoid the Japanese versions just because English is my native language. So even with the subtitles, I'd rather see the English version. And the English version is very good. I'm going to give brief context behind each scene before I give the quotes that I think is funny or whatever. So you won't have to know much about Tamers going into those videos to find them funny. Although it goes without saying that there's going to be spoilers, because how else am I going to talk about some of this stuff? And I'll also point out which specific episode each moment is from, which I hope will help if you want to go find the footage or scene from yourself or for yourself. That way you don't have to look through the entire season to find like a moment. I'll try to point out which episode each moment is from. And I'm also going to split that video into 2 parts because I do plan to talk about each moment for around 1 full minute. Since there's 35 moments, that's going to last 35-40 minutes. So to make the video a little shorter, I'll split that up into 2 parts. And yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be recording for these Digimon discussion videos. I hope everyone out there is doing well. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. Have a great life, and stay tuned for those videos, and that's basically it. Peace out.